Cheater's just a fancy word for winner.
Yo, what's going on, guys? So firstly, shout out to Mobalytics for that sweet intro. If you haven't given their website a try, I recommend it. I'm going to put a link in the description below. It's obviously a much more analytical website. It's going to help you break down what you're doing wrong and what you can improve on, as opposed to the other sites like op.gg. So firstly, as you can already tell, this is a dope review. We haven't done one in a while, and what better way to start it off than a Season 9 Twisted Fate review. His Twisted Fate right now is a 90% win rate. Look at this. 19 win, 2 losses on Twisted Fate. A 7 KDA. He's popping off this season. Right now, I think he's doing his Master Tier promos. He hasn't really been grinding too many games this season. He's been playing on the Chinese server, streaming a lot. But he's back right now. We're going to see what he's been up to. And without further ado, let's get into today's gameplay. Heading into the gameplay now, thank you to Domi-san Replay for this VOD. I'll put a link to their VOD channel in the description below. For your runes with Dopa, you're going to be going for that traditional Arcane Comet setup with perfect timing and minion dematerializer in the secondary tree. This is very standard for Dopa. We saw Xayra, he liked to go the Ari earlier in the week with the Protobelt. Obviously, Dopa is a much more traditional Twisted Fate player. He doesn't really like change. And we're going to see how he plays this laning phase out here. The Boots 4 potions is going to help him get into the river, get him into jungle skirmishes earlier. You can see he goes for that red card instantly on the wave with Twisted Fate. This is just trying to get the wave shoving in the right direction so he can move to this invade. Dopa is obviously very aware of the invade. He wants to move there first in case something really does break out. So this matchup favors LeBlanc until around about level 9. Dopa is going to be looking for early Merc trades to prevent that CC coming out from LeBlanc chains. And he's just going to be playing it really passive, really slow, looking for lane control and moving into the river first. The problem really is like LeBlanc Lee versus TF Master Yi. You're almost never going to be winning this 2v2. So I really want to see how he likes to play it out. Gets that ward there to prevent getting counter jungled on his red for the Lee. The wave now is shoving into the LeBlanc. He's playing pretty scared, honestly. Playing back, playing passive. Gets that red card trade off. LeBlanc should be winning trades. One thing with LeBlanc is that a lot of the time she's going to trade with you and players just start moving back and they refuse to trade back. If you stand your ground into LeBlanc with a gold card, Q auto, a lot of times you can actually win the trade, especially if you get the Q off in the minion wave before she can blink back with W. She'll proc a lot of minion aggro and take so much damage. So you see here, he's moving in for the Lee. Can't quite get it. Trinimir pops the ghost. He gets that priority, moves into the river first. Dopa is almost always going to be in the river before you. He has really good awareness, map awareness. Funny little fact is that this Korean name translated is actually to minimap viewer, because he always obviously is looking at that minimap, looking to make a play on the map, playing things like Twisted Fate, which is global. So look at the wave now. You'll obviously see like Dopa is known as one of the best wave manipulators. He has the best wave control, and you can see here the wave is pushing into him, which is extremely favorable to him. If you have a wave like this, you just slowly chunk it out. So you can see the LeBlanc goes for the roam. If Dopa decides to roam here, he has around about 10-15 seconds, maybe a little bit less before he needs to be under tower collecting it. Dopa says, fuck no, I'm not going to sacrifice my lane for the roam. A lot of low elo players will be like, okay, my jungler's doing this, he's pinging me here, I need to be here. Not really, you make your own decisions. Dopa here says, nope, I have too much, my wave is in too good of a spot for me to give up. I'm denying LeBlanc so much CS and experience. You can see he's going to have a 10 CS, even increasing in this laning phase, just because of how this wave is set up. You'll see him slowly chunk the wave out, making sure not to hard shove it, and then probably level 5, he'll go for that hard shove into a base, coming back to lane with 4 mana catalyst and prepping for a level 6 ultimate. You can see the LeBlanc's nowhere near. He's missing out on so much XP and gold. The wave right now, it's slowly gonna push back into LeBlanc's favor soon. LeBlanc can unfreeze it now that she's back in the lane with Minion Demon. We're going to see what she likes to do and how Dopa reacts. Dopa moves up to that Minion Demon. At level 5, your Qs on Twisted Fate 2 Qs will fully clear those backlane casters. So level 5, your clear is really nice, and you can usually get a hard shove on to pretty much almost any matchup. Your shove really does get good at level 5. You can see when he Qs the wave, it's very telling, okay, I'm looking for a hard shove, I'm looking for a base, I'm looking to perhaps roam into the river. See the Qs here. Clearing out the minion wave perfectly. 38 CS at 5. I would be surprised if he doesn't go Merc Treads here. Merc Treads into the LeBlanc matchups, pretty standard. LeBlanc, Syndra, obviously they have a Twisted Fate. A Fiddlesticks. They also have a Rise. The CC reduction you're getting from the Merc Treads helps you so much. They also picks up the Dark Seal Refillable Potion. Super efficient. Dark Seal giving you more health, Refillable Potion. You don't really have to fuck around with buying a lot of health potions throughout the game. He's coming back in the lane here. Hard shoved in by the LeBlanc. He has a lot of prio here, but he shouldn't really have that much of a problem shoving this in. The only really issue is she gets priority, so she can move to that Master Yi before he has a chance because he's under tower. LeBlanc gets the assist on that as well. Dope is probably getting kind of pissed off at how this Master Yi is playing because he's just not playing correctly. If your lanes don't have priority, you can't invade. It's just stupid because the LeBlanc can move. She has nothing to do mid. Why would she stay mid when the wave's shoving in? The wave's coming in now. He is level 6, so we'll see if he likes to proc that. Trying to get that Rise behind. Puts topside in the river. I wouldn't like... dude, the Trinity is 20 CS at 6. What is this game? This lane actually is going to bounce back into Dopa if he wants to set up another freeze. You can see there, I think it's 5 to 3 minions. Maybe 4.5. LeBlanc misses the chain. He's playing super aggro. But Dopa's already got around about a 13 to 15 CS lead. He has those Merc Treads. So LeBlanc is just slowly going to deteriorate in this matchup. And he can play more and more aggressive as he gets a little bit of AP soon. You can see the LeBlanc. She's just minion dematerializing the cannon. Dopa has 1 left. See where he uses it. I think you only need 5 minion demons on the backlines. So I think you can go 1 cannon, 5 backlines. But he's gone for another backline there. Clearing them out. The gold's pretty much even on the map. But yeah, just talking about Dopa for a second. He's been playing a lot of Phase Rush Orianna, which is pretty interesting because most Orianna players are going airy right now. So it's going to be super... I'm going to do a review. Next is going to be his Phase Rush Orianna. It's real. I just love watching his Orianna game. It's just... his lane management, wave management, control of the lane is just unmatched. It's going to be interesting to watch. Gets the ult top side onto the Rise. It's probably the easiest lane for him to gank. Rise has no cleanse. As he tries to get out. But pops the exhaust. Doesn't want to have to burn that flash, honestly. But this Rise is goddamn legging it. We got Chase on our hands. Hope it burns that flash. Says I don't have time for this. He doesn't really want to let the Rise go into the red. Maybe somebody comes and helps. So Dopa has to burn both summoners for that kill. Which is kind of untrademark of Dopa because he's one of the people that likes to say, my flash is worth more than a kill here. So the exhaust, I expected it. The flash, not really expecting it. He just wanted that gold for a catalyst. Has the catalyst now. He's going to have a lot more mana, but the ultimate is not coming up for a long time now. 2 minutes or so. Blanc has no boots at the moment either. Dopa is going to be moving so much quicker than her through these skirmishes, which is super important. LeBlanc's going to have the wave in a really good spot at the moment. I want to see what the LeBlanc does. LeBlanc should honestly ping to the lead. Hey, this guy's got no flash, and just look to absolutely abuse Dopa. If LeBlanc gets 2-3 kills on the Twisted Fate, it doesn't matter whose Twisted Fate you're playing. LeBlanc's damage is too much, you get 1 shot. One thing that I've seen Dopa do a long time, not really a long time ago, but he likes to do sometimes, is just get a Negatron Cloak. He doesn't even finish it. He just buys the Negatron Cloak, and he'll sell it later on in the game, into these heavy AP matchups. But I don't think he'll do it this game because of the Mercs. And you can probably play a little bit aggressive once he hits the rower. He's hovering with the Master Yi right now. You see, he stands his ground, chucks his Q. He can just slowly zone her out now. Especially if he gets that blue. Making sure to ward behind himself. Lee Sin obviously topside. He knows that Lee Sin's topside. Lee Sin gank path. I mean, he can go through Wraiths, the chickens, if he needs to. Gotta be super cautious. Dopa is said 100 times. He doesn't like Lees. He plays on the Chinese server with like some of the best Lee Sins in the world. And those Lee Sins, to avoid a Lee Sin gank, is almost impossible, he was saying. Lee Sin and Camille. He likes to ban them because they just, you know, they ward, flash, kick, you're dead. Nothing you can do. If you have no flash, you're 100% dead. He's even saying when you're playing Cassidy, you need to be super cautious of Lees. If he rift walks at the wrong time, you're dead. 93 CS at 10. Blanc is doing a pretty good job of holding on. Think ward there, buddy. Gets the vision onto the Lee Sin, picking up that blue. The Lee's going to give it to LeBlanc, surely. Moving in with the gold card here. You can see he moves on the gold card just in case LeBlanc wants to look, trying to gap close over from the blue side. Level 9 now. Level 9 with Twisted Fate. This is probably your biggest power spike early on. When you're talking about strict damages, you've maxed out that Q. The Q's doing a lot of damage. And once you hit that roller, you're going to see him. He's going to be one-shotting those backline casters. Hard shoving LeBlanc in and then looking to get ults off and priority in the lane. You can see his control though. Shoves the lane, moves in, does something, gets the vision, puts the vision out. He's always up to something. He's not just sitting in lane, getting pushed around by LeBlanc. Should have Roa soon, I believe. A lot of extra passive gold. I'm killing all these goddamn creeps, man. I wonder if he has enough. Here we go. Roa at 12 minutes. Rod of the Ages. So he's going to be clearing really well now. He's not going to be running either. He has his ultimate now. He has around about, I guess the next couple of minutes, he can really determine the game. Bot side is doing really well. Top side is doing okay. I would be definitely aiming that top side. If you get a Trinity ahead of the Rise, he's going to snowball and just eat that Rise alive. Funnily enough, he actually can't one-shot those backlines. You can see, look how little of a health they are. And that's simply because he's just not quite ahead enough. One more assist on the Dark Seal. A little bit, pretty much just like the Dark Seal stacks are kind of determined. If you get a couple more, you can one-shot early. If you're ahead of the pace of the game, because the minions get tankier as the game goes on. If he hits that row earlier, you can get it. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't, but the minion demons are essential if you want that. I think if they want Twisted Fate to be viable in pro, they've kind of got to buff that Q damage a little bit at level 9 for the clear, or even level 7. Because if you can one-shot to clear those backlines, it just enables you to do so much more. And also, if you don't have to go the Inspiration Tree, you can go Resolve. A lot more option, in my opinion. I think Riot could definitely do something to Twisted Fate to make him a little bit more viable and competitive. I'd love to see like Twisted Fate in competitive. It's such a cool champion. The trading pattern here is pretty much LeBlanc needs to wait for TF to blow his cards. And TF kind of just wants to hover cards and make sure to zone. Like if you're hovering gold card, you can zone away LeBlanc from a lot of the CS there. The lane's dead even at the moment between him and LeBlanc. LeBlanc's going for that double Dark Seal. Also with the Merc Treads, genius buy. Merc Treads are super underrated. I see low elo players almost never buy Mercs. Sometimes the best aggression is buying defense items because it pretty much means you can stand wherever you want in the lane. You can play as aggressive as you want, but you just have so much more survivability because you have that tenacity from the Merc Treads. She's getting chunked out slowly, isn't she? Ultimate is down.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
What tower just dropped? Is that topside tower? Lucky for the Trin, yep. But yeah, as this game progresses, Dopa is going to be winning this matchup. Ooh, the Lee Sin coming through. Nothing they can do. Those Merc Treads are too important. you don't have Mercs there, you actually might die. But yeah, as the levels progress, he's going to be getting stronger and stronger in this matchup. What the fuck is that interaction, man? Lee Sin's looking for this mid. God, dude, this Lee Sin having a lot of tempo in the map. Could actually snowball it. Just looking to clear out. Ezreal's here for backup. There's no way they get the tower. It's a waste of a Herald. An absolute waste of that. I want it, Teddy Fanboy 3. I wonder if that is Teddy. Could be. Maybe not. Hi, Elo Korean solo queue is like just junk at the moment. Apparently, just there's a bunch of randoms in high elo. There's like 2,000 master tier players. It was insane. I know LS was saying that a lot of the pros can't be fucked to play because it's just not high enough quality. They'd rather just like, because obviously a lot of the pros are doing 3 blocks of scrims. It's like 9 games a day. You don't really need to play that much more games on top of that, especially if you're just getting so tilted playing the solo queue. So this is a relatively slow-paced game in my opinion. Dopa needs those outer bot lane to drop before he kind of looks to start side laning. Top lane is behind. Bot lane is ahead. That Ezreal. Honestly, the Ezreal at this point, he's going to hit a really nice spike. Those 2 items. Dopa should probably look to play around the Ezreal on the bot side. Drop that tower. Maybe look for a dive. Aether Wisp and blasting one. 100% he's clearing the backlines now. He's always going to be able to get priority on the LeBlanc in my opinion. This is where the game changes. A lot of people think TF doesn't do damage. TF definitely at this point does damage. And it's the reason why Dopa doesn't go Sheen. A lot of people ask me, yo, why don't you go Sheen after Roa? Sheen gives you more damage, blah, blah, blah. It's because of the shove on the minion. It's because you need the raw AP to be able to shove the minions with 1 Q. That's simply all it is. LeBlanc goes aggressive there, pops the ignite. Dopa gets down to around about 30%. Master Yi dies. Getting these gold cards off, just poking the LeBlanc down enough to keep himself alive. He has flash and exhaust there. He's on a pink, he's got a good position. Opts out of it. I think Trinity, ooh. Gold card on LeBlanc. Oh. Rise is dead. Just playing so passive. Do you see this? He's not really putting himself at risk at all. And he's just like, he's moving in, gets the gold card, moves back. The enemies just come into him and he eventually collects them. Double kill for the Ez. He gets the 2 assists. He's happy. He's porting in. Ooh, the Lee. Can't quite get it. Gets that fiddle. He's with a 600 gold bounty. No, wait. Oh, LeBlanc is actual 1 health. She's an idiot. Trinimir's got a really good split on. What the hell? What got it? The Scorch. LeBlanc ends up dying. He drops the exhaust, gets her, still has flash. It's a typical Dopa play. He's just so confident. He knows he's got all the data. He's tested all the numbers he needs to. He knows exactly how it's gonna play out. And that LeBlanc just ends up playing too aggro. Trinimir takes a lot bot side, gets a lot of farm. Mountain Drake, this is beautiful for Dopa, for Twisted Fate. Mountain Drakes are my favorite when I have a split push champion like Twisted Fate, like Trinimir on my hands. You can take towers quicker. Baron rushes are much quicker. You'll see here, they'll drop into a 1-3-1. Master Yi is actually eating all the topside farm, so I wouldn't be surprised. Dopa gets a Lich Bane and just runs down mid. There's no really much point running top at the moment because Master Yi is just eating it all. Traditionally, that wave topside would be Dopa's. He'd move up there, but at this moment, there's no point. It's better off moving mid and sharing a little bit of farm with his bot side. But yeah, if you're a lower elo player and that top side there, that the jungler isn't there, just run top right at this point in the game. You gotta move in, collect the wave while Ezreal gets the red. But yeah, things like this is the reason that 10 CS per minute is not like super attainable because you end up sharing. Like that Ezreal misses the wave, then Dopa misses the wave that Master Yi ate. And you really do need to be hitting almost every wave to be getting that 10 CS per minute. Still has his flash up. Oh damn, boom, Giga broken. Boom, takes that Lee Sin out of the game. They could look for more. Dopa has his flash. She ends up flashing over. Gonna move in here for this tower pressure. Dopa's is gonna be sitting on the Ezreal looking for a gold card. If the LeBlanc moves in and gold cards, she'll die. TP off. He's just hovering cards now, making sure. You hover cards on TF, they pretty much won't engage you because they know you can pull the gold if you need it. Such a good AD carry pillar. TF pops ult, yeah? Make sure they're not doing anything fishy around the Baron in that topside area. He simply presses that to secure, to make sure that nothing funky can happen. So some would say it's a wasted ult, but at the end of the day, they secure the tower with 0 risk because they know where everybody is on the map. That's not a waste at all, in my opinion. Ooh, insta gold card. Ezreal is good. I don't lie to you, but the class is getting a lot of farm. She's 9-10 CS per minute. Coming into the game. I'm guessing this Master Yi goes... Wait, what is he building, man? I thought you guys... Oh, you guys spear Sojin? BF sword. Double dagger, what is that? Dopa is not backing. He has 10 stacks on his Dark Seal. Almost impossible for him to die. Wouldn't be surprised if he goes a Soulstealer. Still has that stopwatch active available as well. He doesn't actually need that to upgrade to his out. If he had already used the stopwatch, you might see him not going a Soulstealer, but I can't see him not going a Soulstealer here. He loves that item now. He'll go that item whenever he can. Classic getting a little bit of poke off. She has 2 items. You have to respect her at this point. Hope is sitting on a lot of gold. Probably 2k plus. Gonna be dropping in now for the base. He might have an offer outright. Hourglass? There we go. Soulstealer, Fiendish Codex. Get some more CDR. Gets that. The most important thing from the Soulstealer is the movement speed bonus. When you're playing something like Twisted Fate, where it's extremely important that you gap close on people to get cards off, extra movement speed is so valuable to your kit. Even like air drakes are so valuable. People don't really rate them highly, but I think that they're one of the best drakes for champions like Twisted Fate, where you need to be having alpha movement speed over your opponent so you can chase them down. Both sums now. He's not even splitting. He hasn't split once this game. He's just kind of like sat mid and ARAM. He is moving topside now. He does ping it. This pretty much means I'm clearing top. Don't fucking die mid. This is what, like, when you split push, tell your team what you're doing and ping them away. Ping them slow. Hey, this is what I'm doing. I have ultimate though, so I can rejoin if I need to. Bonk has gone in. Oh, Dopa had such a good... He had such, like, that top wave is so good for him to move up and clear, but he can't risk his team just getting goddamn munched on by that Kai'Sa. One bad team fight is a Baron. That Baron just changes everything. They've got a 4k gold lead, but a Baron would turn that all around. Fiddle comes in, kills the Braum. Pretty obvious. Dopa on this Ezreal are just moving together, working together. Lee. Far out. This team is just A-ramming. Trinity is looking to solo the Drake out though, which is nice. What Drake is it? These cautionary gold cards, it's super important to pull them. It's just about the presence, you know what I mean? It's just... Oh, nice, they get it. 2 mountains, beautiful. Their Baron Rush is super quick. I wouldn't be... They can easily look for a Baron Rush. I'd have a port's in looking for the LeBlanc. Kind of a greedy port there. I would say that's the worst port so far. Looking to pick her off, but at the end of the day, she's so mobile.
Eyes open.
Probably just not going to happen, man. Gets the cannon, gets the passive gold, +4. Around about 10 CS per minute off this top side clear. He'd be looking at least probably around about 1,000 gold in additional income from his passive. One thing I'm super keen to try this patch is the new Conqueror, guys. The new Conqueror on mid lane is like Azir, Cassiopeia, maybe even Corki. I'm not too sure, but I'm so excited to test this patch out. I'll probably test it tonight on stream. Okay. Ooh, he's dead here. There's actual no way out. Hourglass? Has to flash over. It's a monumental nightmare for them. No one kills Dopa when he gets a Soulstealer. Ooh, needs the gap close. That has to be a Baron take. They got double mountain now. The Master Yi is freaking low though. Dopa's starting it. He's saying we're doing it 100%. They've got LeBlanc. They've got Kai'Sa. They're both low. Yeah, this plays out. Dopa moves up for the zone. LeBlanc is... What the fuck? She doesn't die from that? Dude, that's the second time she's been like 0 health. But yeah, when you're playing something like Twisted Fate, you don't really have much DPS in the Baron, so a zoning role should be taken when you're playing things like Twisted Fate, like LeBlanc. You start it, secure it in the pit, and then move out to zone them away. Here's his Hourglass here. Last item's probably going to be avoid stuff. Although the enemy team has no MR. Spellbinder maybe. Death Cap is probably the best. He just wanted a little bit of AP because he knows that in this next fight, if you get an ace, he's probably going to end the game. Baron buff with a goddamn Ezreal TF. Towers are done. Putting in. Holy fuck, this guy is aggressive. Holy shit. Dead? That's such a random pick, but it... Dopa, of course, knows he can get it. There's a chance at least. Plus he has that Hourglass to get out of jail free card. This pick means so much for them. You can see he's playing super aggro now. If LeBlanc W's forward, he insta gold cards. He's moving up, taking complete control of the game. Got a 1-3-1 going on. Master Yi is going to shove that topside wave. Put him in the bot side, then going to sit mid. The only option is the enemy team engages mid, but Dopa has the gold card to disengage, so the comp is perfect for this, and after this, they'll probably rotate top of bot. Everybody's up from the enemy team though. This is that one stage where the enemy team looks for ace. They're too busy clearing mid. They're probably, their morale is dropped. LeBlanc feels like she can't do anything. Now rotate bot side and just win the game. Look if they might actually just look to team fight here. No. Probably reset, look to siege bot. Alright, this LeBlanc's going hard. Good QSS. The Syndrome, this should be a kill. Clean up, he has an IE for some reason. That should be game. Put in, she's dead. Resting cute. That's gonna be a GG, guys. Hopefully you have enjoyed this VOD. This has been a beautiful VOD. Dopa 706 played it. Honestly, there was like almost no mistakes, yeah? Typical Dopa gameplay. His Twisted Fate looking clean as ever in Season 9. Hopefully you've learned something, and I'll see you all for the next VOD.